All right, so you're thinking about purchasing one of these dry vans. There's a couple of things you want to keep in mind when you're thinking about purchasing. One of the first things, of course, is the top. You want to make sure that you don't have any holes or leaks, because you want to make sure that it is truly a dry van. One of the main things I would say is, probably one of the most critical parts is, I don't know if you can see along here, you want to check for cracks. When I say cracks, you want to make sure you don't have any signs of that floor giving away. Okay, most times it kind of like show up here on the outside. Okay, kind of like want to check along. Most of the time, if you get beyond half point, you should have already gotten to one if it is cracked. Okay, those are signs that your floor is compromised. Okay, I'm just show you I'm gonna take you to the beams up front. All right, so I don't know if you're able to see this, but right up in there, okay, those are bolted, right? They're fastened. Okay, when you're purchasing a trailer, and you can tell that if it looks like it has been welded, recently welded, you definitely want to stay away from that. That's a sign that that floor is compromised. And no doubt someone probably came back to try to do a little bit of reinforcement. You don't want that problem, okay? So you want to check these joists here. Make sure you don't see any cracks there. Okay, all up in here. Want to check those floors there, okay? Those will definitely be indicators that that floor is compromised. You can check it from the bottom, okay? Again, those beams, you want to look at those beams. Make sure they're not welded to the side. If they're welded, then that floor's been compromised. All right, so the same thing here, all the way down. You want to make sure you don't see any cracks. Lots of times it kind of shows up here on the side. Okay, all up in there. Kind of like you can check your beams there. I don't know if you can kind of like see how that floor meets that. A lot of times, if you see that piece of metal bulged from the wooden floor, okay, sometimes those are indicators, because they won't be flat, that the floor is being compromised. This floor here is pretty decent. All right, it's the same thing here. Gonna check these floors out. Something like that, that's just wear and tear. That's from forklifts. And you're gonna get that. But you really wanna make sure your floor's not compromised. Okay, I don't care what the price is on that trailer. You really wanna make sure that you're not compromising by purchasing a trailer where your floor is damaged, okay? Trust me, you'll thank me later. I actually purchased my 53 from a guy that had some work done to reinforce the floor, and I really took it for granted. But I paid for it in the end. Thank God that the floor never actually gave out while I was being loaded. But there were times where I felt like it probably would have, so I stayed away from the heavy freight. I always went for the lightweight when I was looking on the load board. So yeah, guys, just make sure you're doing your due diligence. Check these floors. I don't care what the price is. You'll regret it in the end, because you'll give up a lot of money just by trying to stay with a lightweight. So just take the time, check these floors. Very important. Hope this video helps. Another thing too, what I did was actually got a water hose and sprayed the top of mine just to make sure I didn't have any leaks. Because some brokers will ask, do you have any leaks? Okay, now, question that some people may have is, how old should a trailer be? Well, you have some brokers, typically, I want your trailer to be 14 to 20 years or younger. 14 to 20 years and younger. I would say my trailer was probably like 20 plus years. I would say like 21, 22 years old. But in all of my loads that I actually booked, I'm not sure what my dispatch actually booked for me, but out of all of my loads, I may have had 1 or 2 loads that I had I lost because of having an older trailer. But if you can get a newer trailer, then kudos to you. That would be ideal, because some brokers do ask, how old is the trailer? Okay, what year is the trailer? What make and model? Okay. But for your peace of mind, I think the major thing is, and I will say this, okay, if the floor is decent, you really don't have to worry about the year, the make of that trailer, as much as that floor being compromised, okay? Because there's so many brokers out there that will actually give you work that you really don't have to worry about finding work. You'll find enough work, okay, as long as you have a decent trailer that can hold the freight, okay? Hope this video helps.